Let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting Brooklyn Nets. At guard, Markelle Fultz. At forward, Matisse Thybulle. At the other guard, Buddy Hield. Let's hear it for the Suns.
Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. Tonight, it'll be the Washington Wizards going up against the Brooklyn Nets. With Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce on the sidelines. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Ben Simmons is out there with Nicholas Claxton. Then there's Matisse Thybulle, and there's Fultz, and it's Hield in at the shooting guard position. And for the Wizards, we've got C.J. McCollum, Sarr out there with George. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Johnson in at the 2. So Doris, talking specifically about coaching, is this the point in the season where a staff can try to light a spark under a player?
Yeah, a couple things to decide. That first, how is your team doing versus what you believe your ceiling is? And second, of effort are you getting on a daily basis? We know these coaches. They are not afraid to light a fire when necessary. And sometimes, Kev, it's necessary.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the big fella, Alex Sarr, showing promise. Greg, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well. And there's just so much potential for Sarr. He's got that Wemby-like build with a lot of skill.
George looking around. And Thybulle sends it back. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Middleton outside. Outside, George. Johnson outside. 4 on the shot clock. McCollum, that's in, coming off the assist from Johnson.
McCollum has a nice feel for catch-and-shoot jumpers. That's a shot they want to create for him as much as possible.
Hield finds Simmons. Drops in the layup for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And no good. George with the defensive effort. And stolen by Simmons. Fultz, no good. Now the Wizards with it. It's a 3-point game. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priorities straight. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. And here's McCollum, following the three-pointer by Buddy Hield. McCollum passes to Johnson. Tipped away. It's stolen by Hield. Here's Simmons, and then Simmons slams it in.
Oh, my goodness, the creativity and flair from Ben Simmons. Stop it now. Don't hurt him, Ben.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. McCollum outside. Going inside. Shot clock at 5. Sarr's shot is off.
No one in his way. You have got to make the defense pay. That's a quality mid-range look right there.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
So timeout call here. The first for Washington. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And sometimes you can make a few plays here and there, but never get into a real rhythm. That's what happened to them in that game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to put it, because I thought they were all over the place. They never settled into any kind of rhythm.
And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Kispert's checked in for George. Cam Whitmore comes in for Chris Middleton. Coulibaly, he's checked in for Johnson. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Sarr. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Drives to the hoop. Coulibaly against Hield. And Sarr throws it down.
This is why you involve the big man Sarr in pick and rolls. He understands how to take advantage.
Williams for three. Offensive rebound. And stolen by Sarr. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Carrington, that's good.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Now, here's Bull. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Now, here's Hield. We saw him with 10 points last game. To the middle. Here's Clowney. Here's Bull. Good. Nice job down low.
Yeah, inside, Bolt does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Pass to Coulibaly. Shot from 12. Rebound, Brooklyn. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And that's exactly what happened. Guys came off the bench ready to play. The offense didn't miss a beat.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Alex Sarr.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game right now. That free throw good from Shepard. The Nets making a switch here. And so he hits both.
This is definitely not the guy to foul. He loves getting to the free throw line.
It's stolen by Shepard. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Nets. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-6 run. They'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Johnson is out there with Carlton Carrington. Then it's Corey Kispert. Then it's Keyshawn George. And it's Coulibaly in at the three, the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Shepard. And there's the foul. It's on Coulibaly. That's his first foul. McCollum's checked in for Carlton Carrington.
Now, into the lineup for Washington.
Here's Simmons. And it's good for two. Simmons got the lead up to 10 now for Brooklyn.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
After seasons of speculation and trauma, Doris, Ben Simmons seems to finally be settling in.
And Kevin, maybe his career doesn't look perhaps the way many people expected it to be. But what we know is this guy is a confident, well-sized, highly skilled defensive player and a highly skilled passer. And listen, you got to get past the noise sometimes.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Wizards are letting their young guys learn on the fly. Guard Bub Carrington said, the whole organization communicates to us often. We drafted you guys for a reason, they say. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Play your game, use the things that got you here, and see if it sticks. Guys, back to you.
Learning on the job. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. A shot's good from Claxton.
Well, this is what you want your big to do. Set a quality screen and then be opportunistic on the catch.
George up top. Guarded by Simmons. Kispert wide open. He fires. No good on the triple. Nets leading by 12. Simmons inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Wizards have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Now here's Middleton. Tight defense on him. And the basket by McCollum.
McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Here's Shepard. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. To the paint, Kispert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, Kispert is often labeled as a shooter. The DB has much more to his game.
There is no doubt, Kev. He moves the ball. He can attack a closeout. He's going to work very hard as a cutter. This is just a young man that plays the right way.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Sarr comes in for Keyshawn George. And it's Whitmore in for Chris Middleton. And then for Brooklyn, Tony's checked in, and Zaire Williams is in for Matisse Thybulle.
Good job running the floor. Kispert very calculated in what he does offensively.
Pass to Clowney. Williams for 3. Let's keep it alive. Over in the corner, Shepard. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. And Sarr pulls it down.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
For 3, Kispert. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Clowney. From the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Zaire Williams.
Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Washington calls timeout. They're looking for a little bit of redemption in this one after the loss to them here last time.
Very tough loss to them last time they played. I mean, in the end, the amount of trips to the line they gave up did them in.
Koulibaly, he's checked in for Washington. Carlton Carrington comes in for C.J. McCollum. And then for Brooklyn, Bol, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Hield comes in for Shepard. And Demons subbed in for Fultz. Now here's Hield. 11 points in the game. Williams' shot is off.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Pass to Koulibaly. And he banks in the layup.
That's about focus for the young man. Koulibaly takes the contact and finds a way to finish.
Bol kicks to Hield. There's 37 seconds left in the first half of the game. Drills the three-pointer. Hield's got 14 points.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D. Oh, man, when Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim.
Brooklyn leading by 8. And here is Hield. He's got 14. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
Boy, this team has to appreciate having a guy like Corey Kispert around. He's got positional size and, of course, excellent shooter. Well, listen, I like the bucket, but defensively, you've got to be better.
Hield from outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets out in front. They're up by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. It was a big-time first quarter from Buddy Hield. He had 14 points and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
And over to Shaq now. Your take on the Wizards.
It's the work they've done in the paint that's impressed me the most. A lot of their points have come from the inside. They need to keep that production in the post coming in the second half.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Buddy Hield.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's 5. We got Ben Simmons. Fultz is out there with Hield. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Thibault in at the 3 spot. Hield with the bucket. GA, you hear about 3 level scores. But is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep 2s as well. So maybe 5 level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
Well, you can see Markelle Fultz starting to get comfortable, understanding how to thread the pass through the defense.
It's McCollum on the wing. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. McCollum's got 12.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Fultz the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Great job by Simmons taking initiative in that screen and roll. The coaching staff has to love that.
McCollum outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 14 points for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Shepard's checked in. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
Now, this close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves no doubt.
Now McCollum, 14 points for him. The shot by George, wide open. Misses the 3. Brooklyn leading by 5. And such a valuable guy to this team's rotation, Doris. Nick Claxton is important.
You know, Kev, I'll tell you one thing. This guy brings a ton of energy. He's willing to battle for loose balls, for rebounds. On the defensive end, you know he can make an impact. There's incredible length, and I still think a ceiling that he can get to.
Now here's McCollum. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Pass to George. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Yes, that goes in.
And they're passing the ball very forcefully here.
Washington calls timeout. One guy has been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
He is absolutely dialed in from outside. They need to close out on him much quicker when he's lining up those threes.
So for the Wizards, Corey Kispert's checked in for Chris Middleton. Coulibaly comes in for Johnson. And Carlton Carrington subbed in for McCollum. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
In the modern NBA, boy, you hunt down mismatches. That's a size disadvantage, and he takes advantage.
To the middle, they kick out to Hield. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Hield's got 20 points.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Credit the assist to Malone.
Nets leading by 6. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. The offensive rebound, Simmons, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
Carrington bounce pass. Kispert with it. Picked up by Claxton. Kispert, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
59 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside, George. A three-pointer, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Carrington. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. On the wing, Carrington. And the rejection by Claxton.
Boy, when Simmons looks to score, it just balances that ability to pass the basketball. Love when he's aggressive.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And Washington making a change here. Whitmore is checked in. And then for Brooklyn, Bol, he's checked in for Shepard. Zaire Williams comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And Demon subbed in for Buddy Hield. Here's Coulibaly. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Brooklyn Nets. And of everything he's doing well, it's his scoring that you point to first. Already 22 points in this game. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Nets leading by 12. George is out there with Coulibaly. Then there's McCollum. Then it's Johnson. And it's Czar in at the 5. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Nice play by McCollum. So crafty with the ball in his hands.
And it's Fultz with the ball for the Nets. They've led by as many as 14 points. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They'll start a 3-game homestand with that game. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Fultz inside. Bol, that's good. And the Nets lead by 10.
And that's an example where the unpredictability of Fultz helps him, especially in that pick and roll where he can slice dimes through the D and wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And there's the foul. It'll go on Igor Demon. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Brownie's checked in, and Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Williams. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Timeout on the floor. Washington timeout.
Fields checked in for the Nets. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
And Allie, thanks so much. Nets leading by 8. Pass to Thybulle. And then Hield with the dunk.
Yeah, Buddy Hield right now firing without hesitation. Things really opening up for him on the offensive end.
Here's Coulibaly. Johnson up top, guarded by Fultz. Johnson can't get it to go.
Has to be smarter, guys. I mean, we all know he can make that shot, but the defense was in his grill.
McCollum outside, over Bull. Poke loose. Brooklyn's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Hield can't hit.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Boy, he couldn't have asked for a better look. That's tough to take.
Out to the wing. Fultz kicks to Hield. Got a piece of it.
Man, terrific defense by Coulibaly. That's a big-time block.
And he makes that one.
Boy, they'll take that possession. Nice finish in close.
Timeout called the Nets.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the team, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
And now it's time for our presentation of the player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. Bull finds Thibault. To the inside. Here's Coulibaly. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Personal foul.
That's on Ben Simmons.
Yeah, Coulibaly's speed helps him catch the defender unprepared. That is nicely done.
And he does get the second one. And that narrows the gap to 7.
Listen, it's only one miss, but it hurts all the same as they try to cut into this lead.
Simmons on the wing. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Wizards have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
Bull can't hit. The Wizards shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Boy, what a sweet pass. That one on time and on target.
Fultz the pass to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Boy, it's nice to see Ben Simmons catch a little rhythm offensively right here.
1:03 left in the game. And here's George for 3. It falls. And now they trail by just 4.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Simmons passes to Thibault. Fultz with the ball. Inside, Simmons. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Love the aggressiveness there by Simmons. Coming up big.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Johnson, he's checked in for Washington.
Was your Wizards dancers dancing?
It's the Wizards now. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter, and now we've got the intentional foul. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Bull.
First personal foul.
And here are the Nets. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Nicholas
When they go to the intentional foul,
Washington foul. Johnson. First
good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
For a guy with the shot mechanics of Buddy Hield, you'd love to see him get to the free throw line more, but it's really not his game. He is just a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Now here's McCollum.
Nets foul. Markelle Fultz. Second personal foul. Third.
He drops the
foul.
first one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
At the line.
Classic combo guard. C.J. McCollum can play off the ball as a shooting guard, but also can run the point at times. A valuable piece for this team.
First personal foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
At the line for the Nets.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The 3 from Johnson. It counts. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Johnson.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
Buddy Hield.
And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Here's Middleton. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Claxton. And an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Nicholas Claxton.
No luck that time either. McCollum finds Song. McCollum outside. And another miss by Washington.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan.